The body you are sitting in right now is not the same body you had 7 years ago. Almost every single cell has been replaced. Your skin, your blood, your bones, your organs, nearly all of it has been demolished and rebuilt from scratch, using food you ate and air you breathed over the last several years. You are literally a different physical person than you were in 2019. But here is the part that nobody talks about. There are specific parts of your body that you were born with that will never be replaced. Not in 7 years. Not in 70 years. You are carrying original biological equipment from the day you were born, and those parts are slowly, irreversibly breaking down with no possibility of repair. And one of those parts is the reason you will eventually die. Let us start with the parts of you that do replace themselves, because the speed of this process is genuinely shocking. Your skin is the most obvious example. The entire outer layer of your skin, called the epidermis, completely replaces itself every 2 to 3 weeks. New skin cells are born at the bottom of the epidermis through cell division. They gradually migrate upward over the course of about 14 to 21 days. By the time they reach the surface, they are dead. They form a protective barrier of flat, tough, lifeless cells called keratinocytes. Then they flake off. Every single day, you shed roughly 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells per hour. That adds up to about 1.5 million dead skin cells every single day. Over the course of a year, you will shed approximately 8 pounds of dead skin. The dust floating in a beam of sunlight in your living room is largely made of your own dead body. Your blood replaces itself even faster. Red blood cells live for about 120 days before they become old, stiff, and inefficient. Your spleen filters out these aging cells and breaks them down for recycling. Meanwhile, your bone marrow is manufacturing roughly 2 million new red blood cells every single second. That is not a typo. 2 million per second. Over the course of a single day, your body produces approximately 200 billion new red blood cells. Your white blood cells, the soldiers of your immune system, have even shorter lifespans. Some types of white blood cells live for only a few hours before being replaced. Your platelet cells, which form blood clots when you are cut, last about 8 to 10 days. If you were to take a snapshot of every blood cell in your body right now, and then take another snapshot 4 months from now, there would not be a single cell in common. Even your skeleton replaces itself, though much more slowly. Your bones are not static structures like the dried specimens you see in classrooms. Living bone is constantly being remodeled by 2 types of specialized cells working in tandem. Osteoclasts are demolition crews. They dissolve old bone tissue using acid and enzymes, creating small pits and tunnels in the bone surface. Following right behind them are osteoblasts, the construction crews. They fill in those pits with fresh new bone material that gradually mineralizes and hardens. This process is called bone remodeling, and it happens continuously throughout your entire life. Your entire skeleton is completely replaced approximately every 10 years. The femur bone in your thigh that you are using to stand up today is not the same femur you had a decade ago. It has been demolished and rebuilt piece by piece like a ship being repaired one plank at a time while still sailing. Your liver is perhaps the most dramatic self-replacer in your entire body. Liver cells, called hepatocytes, replace themselves approximately every 200 to 300 days. But what makes the liver extraordinary is its ability to regenerate after catastrophic damage. If a surgeon removes up to 70% of your liver, the remaining 30% will regrow to full functional size within weeks. No other internal organ in the human body can do this. The ancient Greeks somehow intuited this fact thousands of years before modern medicine. In the myth of Prometheus, Zeus punished Prometheus by chaining him to a rock where an eagle would eat his liver every day. Every night the liver grew back, and the torture would begin again the next morning. The Greeks chose the liver specifically for this myth, which suggests they may have observed liver regeneration in animals or battlefield injuries long before anyone understood the biology behind it. Now here is where the story takes a dark turn. Not everything in your body gets replaced. Your heart muscle cells, called cardiomyocytes, are among the most permanent structures in your body. For decades, scientists believed that heart muscle cells never replace themselves at all. You were born with a fixed set of heart cells, and that was it for life. More recent research has shown that some replacement does occur, but at an incredibly slow rate. Studies using carbon-14 dating, the same technique used to date ancient artifacts, have shown that less than 1% of heart muscle cells are replaced per year. By the time you reach age 50, roughly 55% of your heart cells are still the originals you were born with. By age 75, about 45% are still original. These cells have been contracting non-stop, approximately 100,000 times per day for your entire life. They are the oldest, most overworked cells in your body. And when they die, they are replaced not with new muscle cells, but with scar tissue that cannot contract. This is why heart disease is the #1 killer worldwide. Your heart is slowly losing its irreplaceable workforce. Your eye contains another structure that is never replaced. The lens of your eye, the transparent disc that focuses light onto your retina, is made of specialized proteins called crystallins. These proteins are arranged in incredibly precise, orderly layers that allow light to pass through without scattering. Here is the remarkable part. The lens grows by adding new layers on the outside, like a tree adding growth rings. But the old layers at the center are never removed. The very core of your eye lens right now contains the exact same proteins that were there when you were a developing fetus in the womb. Those proteins are as old as you are. Over decades, these ancient proteins gradually become damaged by ultraviolet light and chemical reactions. They yellow, stiffen, and become cloudy. This is exactly why older adults develop cataracts, a clouding of the lens that blurs vision. Cataracts are not a disease in the traditional sense. They are the inevitable consequence of carrying irreplaceable proteins for an entire lifetime. Every human who lives long enough will eventually develop cataracts because the lens has no mechanism for removing its oldest damaged components. Deep inside your ear is another set of structures you will never get back. The cochlea, your organ of hearing, contains approximately 15,000 tiny hair cells. When sound waves enter your ear, they create vibrations in the fluid inside the cochlea. These vibrations bend the stereocilia, which triggers the hair cells to send electrical signals to your brain. That is how you hear. The problem is that once a hair cell is damaged or destroyed, it is gone forever. Mammals, including humans, cannot regenerate cochlear hair cells. Loud concerts, headphones at high volume, machinery noise, explosions, even years of normal everyday sound exposure gradually kills these cells one by one. This is why hearing loss is so common in older adults. By age 65, roughly 1 in 3 people has significant hearing loss. By age 75, it is 1 in 2. Every loud noise you have ever experienced has permanently killed some of your irreplaceable hair cells. Interestingly, birds and reptiles can regenerate their hair cells. Somewhere in our evolutionary history, mammals lost this ability. Scientists are currently studying the genes that allow birds to regrow hair cells, hoping to one day unlock the same capability in humans. But the most important cells that are never replaced are your neurons. The nerve cells in your brain and most of your central nervous system are formed primarily during fetal development and early childhood. By the time you are roughly 2 years old, your brain contains nearly all the neurons it will ever have, approximately 86 billion of them. For decades, the dogma was absolute: no new neurons ever. More recent research has shown that limited neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons, does occur in a few very specific brain regions, particularly the hippocampus, which is involved in memory and learning. But the vast majority of your brain is running on original hardware. The neurons that store your earliest childhood memories, the neurons that control your breathing and heartbeat, the neurons that form your personality, they are the same physical cells that formed when you were an infant. They have been firing electrochemical signals for your entire life without replacement. And when they die, they are not replaced. They are simply gone. And whatever information or function they held disappears with them. This is the fundamental mechanism behind neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The brain is slowly losing cells it cannot get back. So your body presents a paradox. Some parts of you are essentially immortal, constantly being rebuilt and refreshed indefinitely. Your skin will keep replacing itself until the day you die. Your blood will keep manufacturing new cells every second. Your liver can regenerate from catastrophic damage. But other parts of you are on a one-way countdown from the moment you are born. Your heart muscle is slowly accumulating scar tissue. Your eye lenses are slowly yellowing and hardening. Your cochlear hair cells are slowly dying off. And your neurons are gradually disappearing. You are simultaneously a self-repairing machine and a ticking clock. The parts of you that can be replaced will keep you alive. The parts that cannot will eventually determine when and how you die. The question that drives modern medical research is whether we can change this. Can we teach the heart to regenerate muscle cells instead of scar tissue? Can we activate dormant genes that allow cochlear hair cells to regrow the way they do in birds? Can we coax the brain into producing new neurons in regions where neurogenesis does not naturally occur? The tools are closer than you might think. CRISPR gene editing allows scientists to modify specific genes with unprecedented precision. Stem cell research has produced lab-grown cardiomyocytes that can beat in a dish. Researchers have successfully regenerated hair cells in mice using gene therapy that reactivates developmental pathways. and neural stem cell transplants have shown early promise in animal models of Parkinson's disease. We are not there yet, but for the first time in human history, the idea of making the irreplaceable parts of your body replaceable is not science fiction. It is an active engineering problem with real progress being made every year. Here is the thought that should stay with you. Right now, sitting wherever you are, the core of your eye lenses contains proteins that formed when you were inside your mother. Neurons in your brainstem that control your breathing have been firing without interruption since before you were born. Parts of your heart muscle have been contracting continuously for every single second of your existence. These structures are older than every memory you have. They are older than your name. They are older than your first breath. They are the most ancient parts of you, the original biological equipment you came into this world with. And they are irreplaceable. Every experience you have ever had, every thought, every emotion, every heartbeat has been processed by cells that are as old as you are. You do not just have a body, you have original parts. And taking care of those original parts, protecting your hearing, protecting your heart, protecting your brain, is not just good health advice. It is the single most important thing you can do, because once they are gone, no technology on Earth can bring them back. At least not yet. If this changed how you think about your own body, subscribe to Meridian and Mortar and hit the notification bell. We make the most mind-blowing science make sense every single week, and here is your question. If almost every cell in your body has been replaced multiple times but your memories and personality persist, what exactly makes you the same person you were 10 years ago? If the atoms are all different, where does your identity actually live? Drop your answer in the comments.